Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Ship Talk with Jen and Ross. I feel like we just did this. It was 2 days
It's
ago
like
that we recorded
2 days ago,
last
it was.
week. But that's what
And yet it
happens
was a
around
week
the
ago.
holidays. If you are new, I'm Jen, your crew's bestie. Ross is our co-host.
Ahoy, sailors!
And today we're talking about one of my favorite things to talk about. That is food. A
Food,
whole
you say, huh?
hour about food.
Food. I'm
Uh,
intrigued. Will you talk about ice cream? I'm just curious, because that is
oh, we're
food.
talking about ice cream because I could
Okay,
talk
good.
literally for an hour about ice cream.
I could too.
But we are we are going through all of the different dining options that you have on Virgin Voyages in this episode. So we're
I
not
love
talking about
that.
any other cruise lines on this episode, just Virgin, which is our favorite.
Our favorite, and we do want
Also,
to
you
disclose that neither one of us work for Virgin Voyages, but we are both
no, we
gold,
don't.
not first mates. And we would love to help you plan your next adventure on Virgin Voyages.
Yeah, Ross and I, like he said, we're both travel agents, and we would love to help you book on any of the cruise lines, but especially Virgin because they're the best. Um, so part one, we're going to talk about what it's like on Virgin when you get on board, what to expect. So there is something that we like to call the no list. These are all the things that you're not going to see when you board a Virgin voyage. First thing, no buffets.
Nope. No buffets.
You're not gonna have a main dining room.
With
You're
600 of your
not
closest
forced.
friends.
Uh, you're not gonna be forced to go to dinner at 5:30 or 8:30, or choose your time and go wait in a line for half an hour. You're not gonna have to do that.
And
Uh,
you are not going to sit with a table that was prearranged by the cruise company.
unless there's an exception to that,
There is an
but we'll
exception.
get into that.
We will.
And it's optional, but we'll get into it.
And
There's
Jen, how
also
much am I going to pay for specialty dining on Virgin?
nothing. And that
Not
is
a
the best part.
stinking
It
dime.
it does it does not cost a thing unless
You treat yourself.
you treat yourself, and we're gonna talk about that later too.
Absolutely.
So what you are going to get are the essential inclusions. All basic food is included at these specialty restaurants. So that is anything on the main menu that is not the sip and savor menu or the upcharged like a tomahawk steak or things like that. Everything in the galley, which is the food hall on board that replaces the buffet. Everything there is free, unless it's a drink, alcoholic, something like that.
Or
Or
fancy coffee.
fancy coffee, yeah. Um, Really, the way that you are going to figure out your dining is through the app, and we'll talk about that a little bit more here shortly, how you're going to go through and make your reservations, because it really is recommended to make reservations when you're on board. Ross, have you had luck walking in at all on your voyages?
Um, that's a loaded question, and I'm going to bring some visual aids in. No and
So,
yes. No
so
and
sorry.
yes.
So for the people that are listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, Ross is holding
So
up a black band and a red band.
so there is a pecking order on Virgin, as there is on every cruise
Well,
line.
well, first
And
let's
on
talk about what
Virgin,
you have in your hand
right,
for
so
the
I
people
have
that aren't
2
watching.
bracelets in my hand, because on Virgin,
Yeah.
you don't carry your wallet, you don't carry a key card, you carry a bracelet, you wear it. It's a wearable, it's a great memento after, and I have a red one with a gray, basically, Bluetooth sensor, and I have a black with, black on black as well, and this is kind of the pecking order of the cruise company. And you are a red band, which is 90% of the population on board, or a black band, which is less than 10%. And the black bands can kind of can kind of walk in anywhere, and if there's an available table, they're going to skip the line. That being said, it's so much easier to have a reservation. It's just such a delight. And I would like them to start having, at all the places, you've got a reservation, you're on this side. You don't have a reservation, you're on this side when you walk in during the peak times. I will say that it is a room for improvement.
See, I have had 0 issues walking in, even with a big group. Um,
What if there's a line at the host of people trying to make a impromptu reservation is what I mean.
yeah, though it would be nice to have 2 different lines.
Mhm.
So every time I should say, every time that I have tried to make a change or tried to walk in, as long as you're flexible with where you're eating and what time, you should have no issue walking in, unless it's a full ship. If it's a full ship, then obviously it may be an issue, but, you're not gonna be able to not find food. You're not gonna starve if you don't get into a restaurant. Um, my last sailing, I had 3 people in my group, and we made a bunch of friends, and so there were nights where we had 8 people we were trying to get dinner for, and they would try to hop on our reservation, and they were very accommodating, because we had a reservation. So,
They I will
definitely
s
try to make a reservation if you
and
can.
as we have said before and will always say, please be nice to these people that are working to make your experience on any cruise line amazing because honey goes really far in the cruise company, and I'm not talking about greasing them with a $20 bill, they don't care about that. They just wanna be treated with civility and the valuable asset that they are, and it gets you so far.
Yeah. So, since we're talking about reservations, let's get into the big 6 that are on board Virgin Voyages, which is the specialty dining restaurants. And they're not really specialty dining if you really think about it. Um, but they're if you have sailed on other cruise lines, this is what you would consider specialty dining. So that's why we're calling it that.
That's a good way to put it.
Um, yeah,
You just wanna go through them?
because
You
you're
want me to
not
go yep,
we'll start with the first one, which
okay.
is my
Both of
least
our
favorite.
favorites. It's your least favorite?
It's my least favorite.
Wow, this is gonna be an interesting thing. So it's one of my top 2. So I'll
Really.
be happy to talk about this one. This is the Wake,
Go for
which is steak and
Yep.
seafood. Um, it's got a mid-century glam vibe. It's located at the directly astern of the ship, all the way in the back, hence the name The Wake. Incredible views, especially at night, because they light up the wake. Um, the must-haves. My wife will not consider the cruise complete if she does not get her clam chowder.
Mhm.
Imagine a pile of clams that have been shucked in a pile, and then they pour the soup over it. It is
It's
so
so
delicious
good.
looking. Um, the filet is good, but the New York strip is off the charts. It's a delicious. And if you don't get the twice baked potato with your New York strip, I don't know why you sat down there. Um, and this is one of the 2 restaurants also that offers a brunch option as well. And there's steak and eggs, and I don't eat eggs, so I get the steak minus the eggs. Awesome brunch option as well. Um, I love the wake, and I will tell you that the wake menu does change as the cruise progresses because at the beginning of the cruise, they have a raw bar option as a treat yourself add-on. After 48 hours, it's closed. If they haven't sold the stuff in the raw bar, they will not continue to sell it because they're worried about your health. Um,
That's interesting. I
yeah.
didn't know that.
I didn't know it either
Hmm.
till last time, like, "Oh, let's get oysters." Couldn't get oysters.
No.
You know, because it was the
So
4th day of the
my
cruise, and it totally made sense.
Yeah. So my favorites are a little different because even though I say it's not my favorite, you're not gonna have a bad meal on the ship. It's just if I'm ranking the other restaurants, the Wake is my least favorite. I prefer going to the Wake for brunch versus
Mm,
dinner. Um, I just think their brunch is better, and I every steak that I've had has been better at other restaurants versus the Wake. Um, the one time I had the New York strip, it was not good. The second time I get a different cut every time. This last time I went, it was much better,
interesting.
but
I would never
when
do
I
that.
go
I
f
found a steak cut that I love, and I stick with the New York strip.
well, that's the thing is I really like ribeye, and I don't think they have a ribeye on the Wake menu, but they do everywhere else on the ship.
They do.
So,
And,
that's why I like all the other steak better.
let's not forget their lamb chops that are out of this world also.
So that's the other
Uh,
one I did not get to try last time, but I did see that. So and I do like lamb, so that's gonna be on my list next.
yep, absolutely.
But
So,
my
what
favorites at the Wake for brunch are also the clam chowder. The rolls at dinner time are so good. And they
Yeah, they
come in
are.
a pot and there's like 12 of them and you like dip your fork in them and they're buttery. Can you tell I'm hungry? It's almost dinner time. Um,
So my favorite thing of the week is not just the food, but the ambiance. And look around and see what's going on because we've seen people get proposed there. We've seen big celebrations, surprises, and it really, to me, I think it's my favorite steakhouse. Forget my favorite restaurant.
yeah. I do really like the ambiance and the decor in there, especially for brunch. It's the big window. We always get sat by the big window. We've gotten very lucky. In the back, so you can see the wake out of the back of it during the day, and it's just so pretty. Um, and we on our first mate sailing in May, we got stuck in there for 4 hours. Not stuck, but like they just didn't kick us out. We were doing bottomless mimosas. They did not care. We sat there through lunch. It we had that was the best time I've ever had at the wake. Um, but yeah, they won't kick you out. They will let you stay there and have a time.
So
All right.
the other thing I really like about the wake is that, and you have to remember, with all of these 6 places to eat at, will hold, I'm going to say 300 people. Is that a fair number, you think, at the wake? So
Probably a little bit more, but yeah.
these restaurants are moving people, and you don't realize that you don't get that industrial vibe that you get on other cruise
Yeah.
lines. The food is just so top shelf. And of course, everything is a 3 or 4 course meal. All these restaurants we're going to talk about are multiple course meals. Um, there are upgrades available within the menu, but everything that we mentioned, with the exception of the raw bar, is included on your menu. It's included. You're not paying any extra for it, except the bottomless mimosas as well, because it's alcohol.
The other thing that you may have an upcharge for is if you choose to do the sip and savor menu. The sip and savor menu is 3 courses, and each course comes with a drink. So that fits within the different categories. So if you're doing that, that will come out of your bar tab because you're paying for the drinks. Or I think the Wake also has a tomahawk. They may not anymore, but I know at one point they did. Um,
That was part of the treat
that
yourself, and we'll use that phrase from time to time. That is their upcharge menu within a menu.
Yeah. So there's sip and savor, which is like a curated menu, and then there's the treat yourself, which are add-on options to the main menu that you can pay a little bit extra for.
And have you checked out the wine
Um,
menu there? The wine menu
yeah, but
is
I
unbelievably.
drink
You're
one
a cocktail
wine.
girl?
No, I drink Chardonnay. That's all
That's
I
fine.
do.
That's
If I'm
okay.
gonna drink wine, Chardonnay. Um, or Prosecco, champagne, Moet. If someone is gonna give me Moet, I'll drink that.
I wonder if we could shake for champagne in there. I'm gonna have to test this theory.
Think so. Yeah, you are. You
I'm gonna
are,
have to
and
test
you're gonna
this
have to
theory
let
on the
me know
next
because
on
that
my
could become a problem
that could definitely become a problem. Never shake your phone on the ship. We'll explain on another
on
podcast, but
another
don't do that.
podcast. All right, moving on to one of my favorites. This used to be my
Interesting.
favorite. It has been
Not my top 2. Not in my top 2, but a
this
good
one has
restaurant.
been this was my favorite until this last trip. It has been dethroned now by one that we're going to talk about later. That's very new, but Pink Agave, because I love Mexican food, Pink Agave is my favorite. Um, it's now been demoted to number 2, but the vibe in the restaurant is dark and energetic, and if you go for like the late night dinners, it's super fun and everyone gets a free shot, which makes it even better. Um,
Can I say there's a certain sexiness about eating there? That you get dressed up, everybody's coming dressed really sharp. A lot of women are wearing cocktail dresses, and I'm not trying to objectify anybody, but everybody dresses up when you go to Pink Agave.
yeah, for
It's
the
an
most part.
experience.
Um, Eating in there with Richard was so funny because I didn't eat with him, but he was like a couple tables over, and he had a red velvet suit on. And
Of
it
course you
was
did.
just he like perfectly fit the vibe. It was great. So my must orders at Pink Agave, the esquites, the grilled corn. Every time we go,
Absolutely.
they're like, "You just need 1," and I'm like, "Absolutely not, we need 2 per
One per
person."
person.
That's
One
just
one per person, not one for the table.
no, we get 2 because we just know that we will be fighting over anyone's leftovers. Esquites, make sure you order extra and don't let them touch it, like, munch on it, savor it. If you like street corn, it's basically street corn. It's
It
really good.
is. It's delicious.
Um, I'm gonna try to pronounce this next one, but it's a slow roasted pork. Very good, very tender. I've heard great
Cochinita.
things about the duck. Never
Cochinita.
tried the duck.
The duck is delicious.
My my favorite, as I've just said, is the ribeye. Um, that's another one that I'm not even gonna try to pronounce, but it's got Oaxaca cheese on it and peppers, and, oh, it's so good. Um,
So
their drinks are also delicious.
here's a difference with our food tastes. I am a salt and pepper and butter kind of steak eater. You like some things added to it. That's okay. So now
Well,
I'm seeing
I
the
no,
difference.
I typically am just like a regular steak with, like, a little tiny bit of steak sauce, like some A1 on it. Um, but, like,
A1.
if you do salt and pepper, then I'm good. Like, if I'm cooking it at home, it's just salt and pepper or
Sure.
maybe a little steak seasoning. But that cheese, that was not
You
something
wanna take some home.
I did not know I needed that in my life until I had it. Um,
100% agree.
so another tip with the drinks, I don't know if they will let you do this on all the ships, but we did this back in May. We had 3 of us. We each ordered the sip and savor, and you don't have to do exactly the drinks that they have on the sip and savor menu. They let us, because all 3 of the margaritas were included and each one of us liked a different one, we just ordered 3 of the same one, and it was much cheaper than ordering 3 total. So, if you're going with a group, that might be something you wanna consider doing. What are your favorites at Peak Agave, Ross?
Okay, so grilled corn is a must. The slow roasted pork is amazing, and I will say this, Jen, and tell me if I'm wrong. This is one of those restaurants, order more than 1 entree. They will have no problem
Yes.
doing it. You are going to
Because they're
fill your
small
table with
too.
appetizers, right. It's slightly larger than tapas size, but you're gonna want more than 1. Um, and when dessert time comes, just get a round of desserts. Tell them you want a round
Just get one
of
of each.
1 of each. You'll love it, and then come after you go to your evening activity, go back to the bar. Their mezcal, their tequila, their cocktails are so unique because you've probably been to great Mexican restaurants, you've been to great Spanish restaurants, but then you go back for this late night, dare I say, secret menu, and it's a totally different experience.
Yeah.
It's like the best
And
unknown club
yeah.
on the ship.
They actually do turn it into kind of a nightclub. It's not really a nightclub, but they've got Latin music going. It's called Pink Agave After Dark. So the bar is open once dinner service is done. That starts usually around 9:30. So I always plan for dinner there around 8:30 because then we're there for when it turns into Pink Agave After Dark, and that's when they bring everyone in the restaurant a round of shots.
I'm gonna change our reservation. I'm gonna try to move up to
Mhm.
8:30 to do a late dinner there.
I
That's
don't
really good,
remember what the shot is, but it's really good.
but it's a shot.
Um,
So we'll take a shot.
yeah. So the other thing, if you are going to Pink Agave, and it's very hit and miss if they'll do it because it's not on the menu, the actual drink menu. But we tried to order an espresso martini, and our server was like, "Can I suggest you try something else? There is a Spanish version that you should try that will actually keep you awake, unlike an espresso martini." I was like, "Great, that's what we need." And then I was so amazed by it because it was so good, and then I came home and told everyone about it, and they were like, "You've never had that before?" It's a carajillo.
Okay.
So if you don't know what a carajillo is, it's basically an espresso martini, but not an espresso martini. It's liquor 43, tequila, and espresso,
That's the difference.
and shaken,
Instead
and
of
it
vodka.
tastes instead of vodka, and it tastes like a shaken espresso from Starbucks. It is so good. So we get that every time. Every time we're at Big
So
Agave, we will go back for pre-dinner drinks to the bar and just order that. They don't really like when we do that, but we do it. and
So
it's
I have
great.
a little pro tip when you go to Pink Agave. Now, to get to Pink Agave, you go through Sailor Services. It's important to know that there's almost always a line at Sailor Services because there's 8 or 9 people working Sailor Services for the entire ship. If there's a line, politely say you're going to Pink Agave to walk around the line. You're not cutting a line, but be mindful that the line that you see is not the line for Pink Agave.
Yeah.
Just little tip there.
You
And
gotta go all the way around the
bring your
corner.
phone, bring your phone, come early to take some great pictures at the entranceway because it's really cool. But Tom
Yeah,
Dixon, who designed it, he did an amazing job designing this restaurant.
yeah, it's beautiful. All right, moving on to number 3, which is extra virgin. How do you rank this one, Ross?
This is in my top 2, and I'm gonna have 3 for my top 2,
Really?
but this is yeah. I and it was number 5 till our last cruise. And we went back, and we're not big eaters, but we had such an amazing server that they wound up being we wanted to list, 20 people who were amazing and really rocked our world. And it came down to our one person, an extra virgin is the only person we wrote in our review. She was that amazing. And I'm not going to say her name because she may not even be on contract anymore, but she was amazing. And she made us feel so extra special. It was really sweet. Um, and if you don't get the braised meatballs, there was no reason to go to Extra
They're
Virgin.
so good. They're so
Skip the
good.
charcuterie,
I don't get
skip the
anything else
charcuterie.
on the appetizer menu. I'm like, "Give me the meatball."
Mhm.
That's it.
So my thing is the meatballs are amazing. They're only going to give you a few, so get 1 or 2 orders per person. You can. This is one another place where you could do an appetizer and dessert and have a full meal. Be careful of the charcuterie board. It's huge and it will derail the rest of your meal.
Yeah. See, we always get a charcuterie board if we've got a big group, but if it's just the 2 of us, there's no point because 'cause we're not gonna eat
Yeah.
all of it. My favorites are the braised meatballs, the affogato cart for dessert. I
Oh
never
my God.
ordered anything on the dessert menu. I'm just like, "Give me the affogato." That's what
We
I'm
could
here
do a whole
for.
podcast on that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do a mini cast on that of
yeah,
the entire experience so I can bring it
yeah,
back to when I'm back in
yeah.
after our April cruise.
The
I love the
the
gnocchi.
avocado cart. So, okay, the gnocchi, I don't know what it is. I got it last time. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I really liked the carbonara, and they took that off the menu. Um,
Hold on. Let's clarify that. The menus have become a little custom. So every ship is going to be
yeah,
missing 1 or 2 things that are only available on other ships. And while I'm not a fan of that, I understand the idea.
yeah. The carbonara, though, is not on any of the ships. They, like, fully took that off the menu.
So
Okay,
what does
so
it
we're
say?
looking up venues, food, extra virgin. No, every single menu. Okay, Scarlet Lady. There is no carbonara. What's this? Valiant Lady, no carbonara. Resilient Lady, they do have a carbonara, but it's not the same, which is interesting. And then Brilliant Lady doesn't have it, but Brilliant Lady's exclusive dish that they have under the pasta is the braised lamb. That was really good. I had that last time. Highly recommend that one. So this is really one of the only ones that has really different menus on each ship. I think the other ones for the most part are the same and they just have 1 or 2. But Extra Virgins is like significantly different on each ship.
It's interesting because
Um,
While we're mentioning our favorites, one thing I will mention, even at Extra Virgin, and this blew me away, they have a gluten-free menu at every single restaurant, including the Italian restaurant, which is normally really hard. They will have a vegan menu. They are so inclusive with their food. Well, I mean, even the Wake has vegetarian options and vegan options. I don't know why you go to a steakhouse for vegan options, but it's there. And so we do want to mention that they're so inclusive. And when they ask for your allergies, every single meal, and they will, it's to protect you. So please, again, remember, they're doing this to protect you.
Yeah. All right, moving on to my next favorite, which is
Okay.
gunbei,
Okay.
Korean barbecue. Um, I personally really like the experience of gunbei. I don't know what it is. I love it. We love doing it on the first night or on Scarlet night because it kind of gets you into the cruise mood, the party mood of Scarlet night. But it is so loud. And y- if you're not someone that wants to sit with strangers, if you don't want to play a drinking game, even though you don't have to drink, you can play without alcohol. Um, if you don't want to interact like that while you're having your meal, this might not be the restaurant for you, but it is so good. The chicken, I don't know how you say it. My friend Kevin keeps telling me how to say it, and I can't figure it out. Um, but it's like every time I order 2 of them, they're so good. It's like crispy, crunchy chicken,
And there's 2
the
different
Kalbi
chickens because
beef.
they have the wings
Yeah.
and they have the chicken. And I will say this for Gunbei, it's not that I don't like it. I really like it, but it's kind of, if you haven't been to Korean barbecue, think of hibachi, but a much smaller grill area. And because of it, I have an issue with the raw fish being so close to the raw meat when they're cooking it, and I just, that one is tough for me, because 'cause I'm a little bit of a germaphobe. However, the food is great, and if you don't like to drink alcohol, which is totally fine, um, it might be a little difficult. You can play the games with water, absolutely, or with soda, but they're gonna introduce you to Korean wine, which is
Soju.
unbelievably fun. Soji is delicious. The plum wine is, oh, I can't wait to have it. And it's only available there. You can't get anywhere else on the ship.
Yeah. So if you don't drink, just little story time. On my Brilliant Lady sailing, I was traveling with 2 people that don't drink. Um, and they could have drank. They just were choosing not to for that
Which is
trip.
fine.
And they had 2 options of either doing the shot with water or with cranberry juice. Um, and actually, I think it was about half and half. Half the table did the water or cranberry juice, and half of us did the soju. But if the act of taking a shot is a problem for you, I would say skip the restaurant altogether because it really is difficult to sit there and not participate in the game, and it kind of ruins it for the people that are wanting to enjoy the game.
Story time about the game.
Yeah,
So we're playing the game, and this is on a solo trip. Okay. So my wife's not with me, and it's 7 strangers and myself. And one of the people there, not me, because it would be me, obviously, is an English teacher. Okay. He's an English teacher, and there's a math teacher. And we get to a certain number that is a factor of 11. You know the number. I'm not saying the number, but it's a factor of 11. Okay. So
I don't know the
you multiply the number times 11 to get this number. And there's an argument over is this number to be said or not said because of its uniqueness. And the whole table, literally the rest of the entire meal was over this. It was so funny. But by that point, the fact that we got to that number was really impressive when you think about it. Um,
yeah,
the game is a lot of fun. If you're a solo sailor, this is night 2 for you. Go here second night because they're going to have a full pit, and it's a great time to go because first night you're going to go to either Razzle Dazzle or what it has evolved into. Although
whatever
I
the
could
other
see
ones
them
are.
switching them over to Gunbay. I totally could see them going Gunbay.
I feel like it's a good option because, like, I do we'll get into the Razzle Dazzle options later that are on the other ships, but I think Gunbei is a great, well, I take that back as I'm thinking about it because it's so loud, you're not gonna be able to get to know the other sailors. So I do like them keeping it in that razzle dazzle environment. Um, but all the other areas have big seating too, so I feel like they could make it work.
This is a casual
Um,
dress night. This is a great
yeah,
night for Scarlet Night because you're gonna go get dressed after this. You don't have to
yep,
go to dinner dressed for
and you're gonna
Scarlet
eat a
Night.
lot of food, so dress comfy after.
Yes, absolutely,
There are a lot of courses, a lot of food being shared. So if you're not into sharing food as well, like my group, if we're in a table that like sharing food, we will all share with each other. So if you're not into that, this might not be the place for you as well.
yeah, and again,
Um,
it's everything's included except for alcohol.
yep.
Okay, now it's
And
time
they
for
also have
my
a sip and savor there.
yes, and I guess I will take the lead on the next one because
Yep.
this is in my top 2, and I know I have 3 for my top 2 because it fluctuates, but we're foodies. We're also not huge appetites. And like our favorite television shows are typically a cooking show or a cooking contest. And the test kitchen is walking into an experimental kitchen. There are 3 menus that rotate every 3 days. So if you get on the ship on night 1, and let's say you're on menu A and you come back night 4, it's going to be menu B. You're not going to get to menu C. It's rarely going to happen. You're going to hit all 3 menus, but it can. And
You
every
know how
course has
unfortunate it was that I got stuck with menu C on day 1,
is that the
and that
chicken
was the
menu? Is
menu I didn't wanna eat?
that the chicken me is that
That
chicken?
was I was like yeah, I was like, "There is one menu that I will eat at this restaurant," and I got stuck with the one that I would
So there are 3
okay,
different
continue.
menus, and every menu has a full vegan and a full non-vegan, and you can go back and forth. So let's say you don't wanna eat eel because 'cause you're not uncomfortable with it, you can get the non-eel option, which is a vegan option. Um, my favorite entree, and I'm not a fan of the chicken, like, I'm gonna check, I might not do the chicken, which is delicious, it's just a lot of chicken, um, is their venison is so good. Their lamb is good, their beef is good. Um, they have 3 menus, but rumor has it that they're gonna retire one and bring in a new one. That's always rumor. Um, their desserts, you'll ask for both, they'll bring you both desserts, but it takes about 2 hours to go through this 5 to 6 course meal, at least. So, pregame is not a bad idea if you're a big eater. You are going to leave here and maybe not be stuffed to the gill, but Market Pizza will solve that for you, so don't worry.
I was gonna
Um,
say 90% of the time, people go to test kitchen and then immediately go to the galley meal.
think of it as a dinner show that's food oriented. I think it's a good way to look at it. I would go early to test kitchen because people don't go there early. And then if you're not having the best time, you can probably still hit another restaurant. And that's another thing you can do. They don't care if you go to 2 restaurants in one night. Doesn't matter. If there's room, they're going to feed you.
We've done that before. My friends actually on this last one, because I don't eat at test kitchen because it's a little too much, too experimental for me. We figured out what the menu was and it was not the one that I wanted to try. So they booked it for really early as kind of like a happy hour. And then we went and did gunbei for dinner and it worked out great.
That's a
They were
great,
very full after, but
that's a great
we were all
evening of
happy at
food.
that point.
Um,
Um,
so
all
when
right,
you go to the
before
test
we
kitchen,
dive,
wait, I'm not done with the test kitchen. I got some more stuff to share.
sorry.
Take pictures at the entrance. It's really cool. It's like the
It is really cool.
periodic chart of the elements. And when you walk in, they're going to give you a welcome alcohol-free drink to cleanse your palate. They're going to get, if it's your first time going, they're going to give you a very quick tour of the entire restaurant before you go to your table. If you are a party of 2, 3, or 4, when you're there, ask for a booth. It's just, I like sitting at the booth. I think it's so much nicer than sitting at the high tops. Um, there's also eating in the round where you're watching the chefs prepare at one of the stations, one of the offerings. There's lots of different ways to eat. I just like sitting in the booths. Um, and it's really cool. And it's an experience that you should not miss. Try it at least once. I know you're going to love it. Jen's like, no, you might not.
Have you done the drink
Yes,
thing with it?
I
The
have. I've done, and
Okay,
they
good.
have several different choices at this one. They have a cocktail
Yeah.
option, they have a
A beer
beer
or a w
option, and a wine option. So I've done 2 of the 3. I don't like mixing my wines when I eat, and I think next time I will try the beer option again. I haven't had that in a couple years.
Yeah. I've heard if you do the wine or cocktail option, you'll come out trashed, so just be prepared.
The
It's a lot of
honey
drinks.
the honeydew the honey melon
Yeah,
is addictive to the point that I'm like, "Hi, can I just get the honey melon for my entire meal?" They're like, "Yeah, that's no problem, because 'cause they're already
yeah.
made." It's not like they're, pulling
Yeah, they're
teeth
all
there to do
pre-made
that. Yep,
cocktails.
and
Yeah.
they're wonderful,
Um,
wonderful, wonderful.
I will give it credit that it's a beautiful restaurant, like, the
It is.
experience there is great. I did like the dessert that I had there when we went, but I had to, like, swap from the vegetarian menu, and the vegetarian menu was a lot of stuff I wouldn't eat too. So, if you're picky and I'm not even that picky, but that menu was a little much for me. Um,
Remember, be
alright.
open and inclusive.
Except when it comes to food.
Okay, okay.
Well, okay, our last one here, is kind of a combination because this restaurant is different on all of the ships. So, um, and continuing to change. So, Razzle Dazzle, let's start with that one first because that's on most of the
I'm
ships.
sorry, guys, I'm reading the show notes right now, and I'm like, "Really? I didn't know about that." Um, so
Well,
Razzle
now I wanna know
Dazzle,
what you didn't know about.
right, well, I got a new thing to order, I'll put it that way. So, Razzle Dazzle is a interesting, experimental place, meaning I've never expected that I would love a restaurant the way I do. And Razzle Dazzle was originally built to be a completely vegan style restaurant. And they introduced some proteins to get more people in there. There's chicken, there's bacon in the morning, there's
The naughty
burgers
menu.
now, but they didn't get away from their core value of we're going to show you the best vegan food you've ever had at sea. And I'm not a vegan. I am a complete omnivore, herbivore, everythingivore. And I fell in love with this restaurant. What about you, Jen? Okay.
I like it for brunch, loved it for brunch. Um, Dinner, I just felt like it wasn't hitting the mark for me.
Okay.
And
It's
now
much more
on the
casual flavor. It's much more of a
it's
casual
much more
restaurant.
casual, and when I'm going to dinner, I wanna dress up, and I didn't feel that, which I think was part of it. Um, they also have gotten rid of most of the vegan options now, so it's
That's a
not vegan
shame.
forward. Most of those things were not selling, so you'll still have a handful of them, on the ships
As long
that
as
are
they
still razzle dazzle for dinner, but
have the vegan waffles. I'm sorry, but they are amazing. The buckwheat waffles
I
at
think they
brunch.
got rid of them. Oh, no,
Okay.
at brunch, they still have them. They do still
Okay,
have
good.
those,
Whew.
at least the last time I was on there. The brunch menu didn't change unless the night restaurant changed. So, yeah, Razzle Dazzle for me, we did it on Scarlet Night once just because the red vibe of
Mhm.
Razzle Dazzle fits for Scarlet Night so well. Um, but it's not in my top
2.
restaurants.
I gotcha.
But they do have some cool drinks. They've got the popcorn old fashioned if you're into that kind of thing. Um, their brunch, they've got I forget what the name of it is, but it's basically a mimosa and it's got cotton candy in it and it's really good. Um,
Okay, so
their chicken
my go-to
sandwich.
my go-to is for brunch, chicken sandwich,
Mhm.
hot honey bacon.
Mhm.
Um, the fries are amazing. They're better than
Yes.
the fries in the galley, and I think they're the same recipe. Um, and they also bring around a bakery tray when you sit down at
Mhm.
brunch with 3 or 4 different choices. You can get all 3 or 4, but it'll spoil your meal. Um,
Yeah.
and they're just delicious, and it's
They
so
used to
good.
have they used to have those rainbow churros with the ube sauce. I don't
Mhm.
think they have those anymore, but, those were really good too. They also have the watermelon. It's a frozen watermelon. It used to be an entire slice of watermelon. They've cut it down now because people weren't finishing it and it was
Oh,
wasteful. So now it's a half a
yeah.
watermelon, or a slice. And then they put different frozen fruit and whipped cream and things on it. That's really good. And I love that when we're getting off the ship on a port day. We'll usually go to Razzle Dazzle for brunch before, and it's really refreshing and light before you're gonna go spend the day walking around drinking or whatever you're gonna do.
Right.
Um, Same with their acai bowls. Their acai bowls are fantastic.
They're beautiful. And we should mention that every single restaurant presentation is just as important as the flavor. Everything's going to come out, and this is just my own impression. It's going to come out picture ready. So if you want to go look and just type on YouTube photos of all these restaurants, you will see everything about it because there's 5,000 videos about them.
You can also go on my TikTok or my Instagram, and there's
Or
lots of
mine.
videos and
Yep.
pictures of
That's
everything.
Cruising with Jen
Never
or Cruising
promote
with
myself.
Ross. You'll find them. Yep. We'll
Yeah.
give ourselves some props.
I
Um,
spent a lot of
I
money for
have
those pictures.
I have not tried the smash burger, but I'm very interested. I'm gonna ask. It's gonna be on my
So
list.
that one I've heard is not on the secret menu anymore. It's basically just a blue cheeseburger.
Ooh, pass.
So, yeah,
I don't do
I
blue
haven't
cheese.
tried it.
Yeah.
Uh,
But
so
now
if
talk to me about the 2 new
yeah,
incarnations of Razzle Dazzle because you've been to both.
I haven't been to one. I've only been
Okay.
to Rojo. So
Okay.
Lucky Lotus is the one that replaced Razzle Dazzle on Scarlet Lady. That is going to be more of an Asian fusion. I have not been there yet. I've heard mixed reviews, but I have heard that the duck bao buns are great. Um, until I get on Scarlet Lady, I don't know what else on the menu you need to try. So you're kind of on your own there.
Mhm.
But Rojo, that one I have tried at on Brilliant Lady. This is my number one restaurant now.
Okay.
It has replaced um Pink
Pink
Agave.
agave.
Everything is so good. It's meant to be shared. It's Spanish tapas, so make sure you order a lot, but you're gonna share it with people. And the servers will tell you if you're ordering too much because they see how big everything is. So my favorites, I'd never had oxtail before, but they have an oxtail montadito, which is it comes out on like a little baguette and with oxtail on it, and it's only like 2 pieces, and we had to order so many of those because all 8 of us wanted them, and it was like my favorite appetizer we had. Um, the hamon croquettes were good. This is also on the brunch menu if you're on Brilliant Lady. Churros and chocolate, I believe those are also on the brunch menu.
How do you go wrong with that?
Um, you don't. It's literally they give you an entire cup of chocolate to dip your
And you just
churros
dip.
in, and it's fantastic. The ribeye. This ribeye has replaced my Oaxaca cheese ribeye at Pico Agave. Pico Agave is my favorite. I did not think I was gonna like it or that it was gonna live up to my other one, but it was so good. And Ross, you would probably like it too because it's very just like a normal ribeye with like some garnish and some peppers and stuff on it.
I'm
Um,
sold. You know I'm gonna try it all.
the other thing is don't sleep on their drink menu. They have so many unique drinks. My favorite, it's a low alcohol sangria, and you can do red or white. I did white. It's very refreshing and nice when you like want to drink, but you don't want a ton of alcohol like you would in a sangria. So those are my favorites. I would eat at Rojo every night if I could. Not even joking.
That's a
I
bold
would
statement.
literally, we went back 3 times, I think. We booked 2, and I think went back a third. Um, and they do have like the vibe is very loungy. So if you want to go back for just a cocktail, you can go sit at the bar and do that. New favorite.
So I have a pro tip. I on days that we book when we are having a day at sea, we go for a late brunch. At either one of these, either the Wake or Razzle Dazzle. Absolutely do it because we got nothing to do all day. I mean, you got tons to do, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because we
Yeah.
skip lunch. we'll do a snack during the day. We will skip lunch. And when we're in port, we usually come back to the ship for lunch because that's when we get to hit the galley. Which, okay, you didn't get into a restaurant for some crazy reason. Don't worry. You still got 9 other options for dinner. So don't worry. You're not going to go hungry. I think it's 9. It might be more.
I think there's
Now,
more now. Yeah.
yeah, because there's the galley, there's the snack bar, there's the late night menus, there's the pizza place, there's the dock house. There's a lot of places. Like, we didn't even have to put the
Sun
dock
Club
on here.
Cafe.
Sun Club Cafe.
Yeah.
Um, so another, if you're going to plan your master evening, is you want to start at pre-dinner. You're going to go down to the dock and you're going to have some delicious Greek appetizers. Get a drink. Absolutely. Then after that, you're going to go to your room to get ready for dinner. Right. Then after dinner, you're going to go back. You might change. It might be Scarlet Night. You might want to put on something else. Um, then after eating activities, but wait, let's talk about late night dining, Jen, for our third
Yeah.
course of the evening.
Of course. So casual and late night. Great segue into all the different options because you really do have the galley, which is open technically 24 hours, but not all of them are open 24 hours. Some of them have some weird hours because they will shut down in between lunch and dinner or after lunch or whatever.
Hmm.
But you've got 8 or 9 options in there. What are your must get things in the galley?
Tacos. Absolutely must have taco. Must have a taco run. What's your number one go-to?
French toast burger.
I knew you were going to make that. You've mentioned this several times, and I'm not a French toast guy, but I'm going to get one to make a video and try it just to say that I had it because why
I
not?
only do it when I'm hungover.
So this is your
Because
breakfast. This is your breakfast.
it's only in the morning at it's either the burger place or the diner. I can't remember which one. I think it's the burger
See,
place.
I get the all English for breakfast if I'm going to get the
Yeah.
breakfast up
So
there
go
because
to the
I love
other
an English
stand next
breakfast.
to it,
Hmm.
and literally it cured my hangover. It was
Okay,
fantastic.
and the other cool thing about the galley is there is a 24-hour dessert bar where you can get desserts 24 hours a day. And again, they're going to close to change it up and clean. And it's so delicious. And each ship has their own special desserts within that. And it's all baked goods and they're delicious. Um, okay, so the galley has, I want to say 8 or 9 different eateries, possibly 10.
Yep.
We're
Yep.
gonna have to do one just on the galley. We're gonna have to do a total podcast on
Yeah.
the galley. Um,
Yeah.
and but then there's also the pizza place. And
Well,
to give you
before we
some
go to the
idea of,
pizza place,
oh, okay. You got something else?
I do. In the galley, if for whatever reason you decide you don't want to go to a restaurant, they do dinner specials every night that are not on their
Mhm.
normal menus. And the
That are
dinner specials
amazing.
change daily. And I have heard from my clients, they literally, they're probably watching this. So, hi, Will and Julia. They tell me every single time I talk to them, do we know when Indian night is at the galley? Because we want the Indian food again. It was so good. So, I can't tell them that because it changes every day. But apparently, the Indian food is really good in the galley.
So I have 2 galley meals. Christmas Day, we were on Resilient Lady 2 years ago, 2 Christmases ago last year, and they had an all English Christmas dinner all day, and I had it for
Yorkshire
lunch.
puddings and everything.
Everything. And they have an entire English Easter on Easter Sunday, and guess where I'll be on Easter Sunday this year?
Nice.
So,
That was good
um,
timing.
that is good timing, and, um, the specials are amazing, and you'll find out every day because you just pop by in the morning and it'll tell you what
What
these
it is.
specials are.
Yeah, and I think they're including it on the, what's it called? The paper that's in your room
Yes.
every day now.
Mhm.
They include that on there, so you'll know ahead of time what it is.
The
All
daily
right,
itinerary.
now pizza.
Okay. This is
Pizza.
folks, buckle up. This is gonna be a serious conversation.
I think Russ probably agrees with me. This is the best cruise ship pizza I've had.
Okay, so I'm gonna say it is the best having had Royal Caribbean's pizza. And their pizza's good. I'm not gonna say it's bad, but it is
Yeah.
nothing compared to this. Because Virgin, again, smaller menu that they're perfect at. They're not gonna be everything. You're not gonna walk in there and make your own pizza. It's not happening. They're gonna have 4 or 5 choices. They're gonna have a gluten-free crust with all of their pizza choices. They'll always have plain, they'll always have pepperoni, they'll have some kind of white and something else. Typically, that's what I've seen. But if there's something on it you don't want on your particular pizza, like I would never order an egg on a pizza, just never gonna happen. You don't have to get the egg on it. I know I don't like eggs. I'm
So
sorry. I just don't. I know. I'm
what
7.
I love eggs. What is your favorite pizza?
That's I'm gonna have to plead. I'm gonna have to say it depends on the day. It depends on my alcohol content because it's and it depends on the time of day. Because what if it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon? I'm like, pizza or ice cream? Why not get both? Because
Yeah.
next to the pizza shop is Lick Me Ice Cream. Lick Me Till Ice
Lick me
Cream. That's
till
the name.
ice cream.
Ice cream, and they make fresh gelato quality ice cream every day. It opens, I think, at 11 till around 7. Um, I might be off a little bit on those hours, and they're delicious, and they're making it there's 1 or 2 people working
They make
there,
it
but
fresh.
they make it fresh. There's usually 5 to 7 choices. There's always at least 1 vegan option, and there's a gluten-free option, but the gluten-free option comes in a cup.
And
They have a
sugar
choice
free.
of cones and sugar-free, and it's so fresh, and I will say this for I know I totally went on a tangent for the pizza, and we'll double back.
Yeah.
Try the fruit flavored ice cream, especially if you're a chocolate person. Try the fruit ice cream. It's going to change how you eat ice cream once you leave the ship. Just going to say that because you're like, oh, I want
So
chocolate. Do I? But let's go back to pizza.
my favorite pizza is the pretty fly for a white pie
Mm-hmm.
or
Agreed.
the barbecue chicken if that one is on the special because they do have a special
Pizza du
flavor
jour.
that
Yeah.
they'll do every day. But we always each when you walk in, they've got a case on the left side with drinks and salads. So we go get a Caesar salad each, and then we each get a pizza and we all share. So, because our Caesar salads are so good. I don't know what they put in their Caesar dressing, but it's delicious. So I always get pretty fly for a white pie. My friends like the white truffle and egg. I like eggs. I don't want egg on my pizza, but I like truffle. So that one's conflicting to me.
And you could get it
Um,
without egg. You can get the truffle pizza without
yeah,
egg.
but then I might as well just get the pretty fly for a white pie. So
Now there is one restriction because there is something called ship eats for room service. You cannot get pizza on ship eats. You can get anything in the galley. Almost. You cannot get pizza though because it's not in the galley.
depending on the time.
Unless you're a mega rock star, because then you can get anything you want.
Yeah.
Because literally you
Okay,
have a butler
so
to do that.
so let's go back to ice cream
Okay.
because I realized I didn't have this on my list, and that's good before we go to the next one.
Wait.
Ice.
Favorite pizza?
Oh,
Meatball pizza. Their meatball pizza's off the chains.
I don't think I've had that one.
There you go. There's one to try.
It's a special, and I don't know
Mhm.
how on my 8 days I didn't see it, but
Because it's only every 4th or 5th day. So it might have only been
that
once.
might have been a day that I didn't go get pizza.
Yeah.
I was trying to be somewhat healthy. Um, okay, ice cream. I have 3 favorites.
Okay.
I have key lime pie, and I always get 2 scoops. I do half and half. Key
Key
lime
lime
pie
pie.
and vanilla,
Yep.
uh, brown butter and vanilla, espresso and vanilla. It's
Whoa.
always
See,
something in vanilla.
you messed up espresso and strawberry.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
I don't
Oh,
like
oh yes.
strawberry.
I love strawberry ice cream. It's okay. Jen and I are
And
allowed to try different things.
I also have never had any of the cones because I'm not a cone person, but they smell so good. And they have a red velvet cone. I need to force myself to do it once.
You
It's
can get
just
it in
too
a cup
messy.
with a cone. Get it in
Yeah,
a
but I don't
cup.
that just
You don't
seems
have
wrong.
There's no trophy for finishing your plate, and it's a good place to try. Um, I tried the ice cream challenge, one cruise, and I couldn't do it. The ice cream
What's
challenge is
that?
you have to
Trying
try
every single
every
one?
flour, you have to try every flavor that's offered. So, like, they're gonna have vanilla every day. They're gonna have certain flavors every day, but they're gonna have a couple that rotate through. It's really hard to hit them all, and they're delicious. Now, there's another great place to get something frozen sweet that's not ice cream in the galley. There is, Pops and Popsicles.
Pops and Bubs.
Pops and Bubs, thank you. Delicious fruit, not fruit flavored, fruit popsicles that are delicious, and if you're a gin drinker like this guy, let me tell you what I do. I get my gin drink, then I go down there because I bring my own cup. I think you've seen in my Rockstar cup, and I will literally put the popsicle right in my gin. It's just delicious. I know, I'm weird.
That's
It's
another
okay.
place. And all of my cruises, I have not tried that yet.
Okay.
I'm slacking.
My wife will go over to Grounds for
All
Coffee
right.
to get her frozen coffee. I will go over and get my popsicle. Yep.
Espresso martini.
Mm.
All right. Our last casual eatery is another one of my favorites, the Dock or the Dock House, depending on whether you're
I
inside
have
or outside.
never been to Tapas Hour. I'm going to admit that right now. I will never lie. I've heard amazing things. It's on our list for this cruise
I've done it
because
once. I like the regular menu better.
okay,
I'm not a
we're going to invest
it's
some time on it this
Metz
cruise
Metze Hour
because we've
or
got
Opa Hour. That's what they
3 days.
call it.
We have 3 full days at sea on our next cruise, which I'm really looking
Yeah.
forward to.
Yeah. My last one we had 4, so that's why we finally were able to try it because usually we're racing back. It was good, but I really, really, really like the skewers on the regular dock menu.
Which okay, so there are 4 skewers. Which one is your favorite?
Well, they got rid of all of the ones that I liked, except for one. They got rid of my steak.
Whoa, the steak skewer.
Yes, they're gone.
Fla-
I don't know. That was like the number one thing, and they got rid of them. I don't
Okay,
remember what the new ones are off the top
did
of
they
my
get rid of
head,
the
but the
octopus?
chicken, yes, and the polenta.
All right, I'm done. I'm going to change my cruise right now.
We're done with you, Virgin. Well, they've got polenta at. They moved it somewhere else
Okay, I'm just
now.
opening the door, friends, so you might hear some dogs because they're getting a little nutty because their mom is away working
They're like,
out of the
they're
area.
like, no, we're not doing this.
Okay, the door's open.
But
Yes, I had to tell them. Here they come. I can hear them.
my dog's my dog does that too. Yeah, they got rid of the polenta. I feel like the shrimp. Maybe they had the octopus still, but the shrimp was gone. I can't remember. There was like
I
3
don't.
things they got
Yeah,
rid of and replaced it. The chicken thighs were good. I think they still have a beef skewer, but it's like a beef lamb combination. And it was okay, but the steak was better. So,
sure.
but it was also like I tried it right when they switched it, so that might have been part of it. My
Yeah,
go-to at the dock is an Aperol spritz. You don't go to the dock and not get a spritz.
you have
They also have
mentioned
some
that.
great non-alcoholic.
So, um, Jen and I, when you book with either one of us, we will give you our list of our don't miss. And I know that's on your list. Because I always buy my clients their first round. I know you do too. And we're gonna tell you what you're gonna buy, what drinks you're getting. Because and for you it's the spritz. For me, it's the espresso martini from the Sip Lounge.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
uh booking, we need to talk about how to put this all into place because we've mentioned 6 places that you need a reservation for. And
Or
there's
should
2
have a
ways to make
reservation for.
reservations. There's 2 ways to make reservations. Now, the easy way is to let us make your reservations for you. Because for Jen, it's like, well, that's 9 o'clock at night. I'm happy to do it for you. I have no problem waking up at midnight to make your reservations for you. Um, because I want to make sure you get your places. Because there are certain places I want you to try. The longer the cruise, the easier it is to book. The shorter the cruise, we have to make some choices. Because while Jen has her favorites and I have my favorites and they conflict, which is okay. It's gonna be interesting when we finally get on a cruise together and have these fights in front of people about what we're eating for dinner. Um, and
I'll be like, "You go to test kitchen, I'm going back up."
yeah, oh yeah, I could see that happening. Um, so we're happy to curate your dinner menu for you, like to give you ideas and give you feedback and tell you what you absolutely must make a reservation for to make sure you get it versus, oh, you can pop in there, you'll be fine. For example,
And
um,
yeah,
you're going to be able to pop into Gun Bay, especially if you're a couple, because they're just going to put you in a group
yeah.
because they seat every shoe full with 8 people. You're going to get into Razzle 9 out of 10 times with just popping in. The other restaurants, you really want a reservation. Um,
Especially
if
the
you are, yeah, if you're a rock star, it's 120 days out. If you are premium, it's 60. Otherwise, it's 45. Correct me if I'm wrong on that for the booking window.
45 or 15 if you're booking the base or lock it in rate.
Right. And
So
one
don't
other
book the
thing to
base or
mention,
lock it in rate.
and if you're going Rockstar, you do not have to book at 120 days. You can book at 119 at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and be just fine. You don't have to worry about that. If you should travel Mega Rockstar, you need no reservations because your Mega Rockstar agent every morning will be like, so where would you like to have dinner tonight? And they're going to make
Yeah,
your reservations for you. But it's
yeah.
still a good idea to have them. And if you're a Mega Rockstar, you can bring in, other than the test kitchen, you can bring your dinner into your room, which we were Mega
So
Rockstars and we didn't take advantage of.
that's why they're
Yeah,
paying $30,000 to be Mega Rockstar.
right. So, I mean, we'll do. It's on our list to cover the MRS and the RS life because it's a cruise within a cruise. That being
Yeah.
said, um, the other thing about the galley is, except at lunch, for dinner you can do sit down at the galley. Lunch at the galley can be a little more competitive. Whereas at dinner, go sit down, put the stand up. Someone's going to come over and take your order, and you can. And I know Jen loves this. You can go some from item A, some from list B, some from list C, and really work your way around the place. And in the galley, there's sushi all the time. There's grab and go meals all the time, but none of the food in the
Charcuterie.
galley can be taken off the ship. So please don't do that. Um,
Um, when it comes to booking dining, if you're working with me, I will typically a couple weeks before say, "Hey, this is what I would recommend based on what your event schedule is looking like." They typically do their shows at 7:30 and 10 PM, give or take a little bit. So plan 1.5 to 2 hours for dinner. Um, Sometimes longer if you're going to a place like Rojo or the Wake where service can take a little bit longer. But they're also very mindful of what the show times are. So if you just let them know, "Hey, we're trying to make the show at 10 PM," they will work with you. But what I will do is I'll sit down with my clients and say, "Hey, here's what I think you should do," because there's certain restaurants that I would go to for Scarlet Night and certain restaurants that I wouldn't, or certain ones that I know are gonna go quicker, and we'll kinda game plan, like, "Let's plan for this, but we're okay with this if we can't make that happen." We'll figure out a time frame of, like, we're okay between 7:30 and 8 PM or 7 and 8 PM, just so that we're flexible and we're not going in with a, "It has to be 6:30 at this restaurant," because the more flexible you are, the easier it's gonna be to get reservations.
You're on vacation, and it's very hard that first day to disconnect from the world of we have to be there at 6:58 for a 7 o'clock reservation. No, you need to be flexible because it's going to make the entire vibe so much nicer. I haven't seen people really get fussy. I've heard stories, um, but just take a
Lots of
breath.
stories.
Lots of stories. I've never been to 'em, and there are some other great places to get some great snacks. Um, one of her must-dos is she has to go to the Sip Lounge and get some caviar because they do serve caviar at the Sip Lounge. That is a treat yourself kind of thing. That is not on the
Yes.
house. Um, other places are, we have not done a raw bar yet at the Wake, but I think we're going to this time because we're going there the first night so we can try the raw bar. Um, so you
Tea time.
experiment.
Tea time at Sip Lounge.
Tea time at Sip Lounge is and we love that. Um, it's just a lot of food for 2 people to eat who
It
don't eat
is.
a lot.
And if you're not a tea person, it's probably not worth the price.
Yeah.
I
But
didn't
they
think it
also have
was
the
worth it
champagne
because,
version.
yeah, I did the champagne version and I just would not, I don't think I would do it again.
Yeah. Food and alcohol at that quantity just does not work for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. And I think
Let's
I love
chat.
you're gonna mention
Go
your
ahead.
hack? Your
Yeah.
most important
Yeah.
hack for
You go
ordering
for it
Ship
though.
Eats? Okay. So when you order Ship Eats, unless you are traveling as a rock star or a mega rock star, there's a service fee. There's a way to avoid it. Because in your room, in every cabin, is a fridge. So you might not want a beer now, but you might want one later. No problem. Order a singular beer or a fancy coffee, and they waive your cost of delivery. It's a great hack, um, and you really don't lose in it because you're gonna drink the beer eventually anyway, right?
Yeah.
And
And the other thing you can do is order cans of soda.
mhm,
At least you could the last time I was there. This may have changed, but as of my last trip, um, if I was ordering an alcoholic drink, I could also order several cans of soda to keep in my fridge. That way, if I'm coming back at night and trying to get ready, I don't have to go up to the galley to get soda. I could keep it in my room. Um, but you can also bring a 12 pack of soda. So either way, if you're okay with the ship soda, you're able to
like
do that.
Fresca, that's
They
gonna
do not have
sponsor us one of
Fresca.
these days. They do not have Fresca,
We
so
have to
bring your
bring our
own.
own Fresca.
Fresca, you are
Bring your
more
own
than welcome
Dr.
to
Pepper.
sponsor our show. So, it's okay. We're looking for a sponsor. And Sir Richard, if you want to sponsor us too, it's totally cool. We could work something out.
Chomps. Chomps, if you want to sponsor me, I'd be okay with that too. I live
Jen, I
off of
have to say,
Chomps.
I think this was our most fun episode so far
It was. 'Cause talking
because it
about
was all
food,
about food.
what is
Talking about food,
mhm,
you know,
and we're not,
and
talking about the boring food everywhere else.
oh, oh, and don't
We're
go
gonna
looking
have to
for a
do that at some
buffet.
point.
You're not just not
No.
gonna find it. I'm really sorry. There's no buffet.
Yeah.
Um, and we're always looking for your suggestions because we've got tons of ideas for our own episodes, but we want to hear what you want us to check in on. I'm just gonna see if there's any um
I was gonna
idea
say,
any
did we get any
questions we have.
questions?
I'm looking right now on my
Because
list to see.
we didn't do that last week.
We did not. Um, oh, Evan did ask a question. Um, what is your pro tip as a solo sailor for meals? Shout out to Evan, Captain Evan. Thank you.
Well, obviously, night 1, go to the Solo Sailor meetup. Um, and if you hit it off with people there, make a game plan for dinner every night. My last trip, they were very spur of the moment and just decided where they wanted to go. I always recommend making a reservation on your own anyways. Extra virgin, you can sit at the bar, which is nice because you're not sitting by yourself at a table. Same with Rojo. I don't know how many other ones have that, but
Well, they have
for
the high
people that are
tops.
uncomfortable,
They have the
yeah,
bar area at Pink Agave. They have a bar area in
yeah.
all the restaurants actually.
Most
So
of them
you can, yeah.
have like good community areas for solo people to sit. So it's not as scary as it sounds.
No, it's all the restaurants are just so good. The galley's so good. I've and um we didn't even mention your favorite non-galley place, which we should. It's
Favorite. Oh, she'd kill me. She would kill me if she knew. Tara, I'm sorry if you're listening to this. We forgot, but I'm also trying to keep it a secret for her. Sun Club Cafe, don't anyone go there because she will be
right.
very upset.
It's
But Sun
and
Club
if you're at the
Cafe,
rooftop, it's right next to the entrance to the Richards rooftop, not on the smoking side, on the other side.
yeah. It's if you go up from the pool deck, it's like right there. It's only open on at lunchtime on sea days. Poke bowls, dips, all like pretty much everything you can think of in that realm. Um, I'm not a huge fan of it, but my friend that I travel with is, and she goes every single time we're there. Um, and it's never crowded, so don't you all make it crowded.
Yeah.
She will be
Do
devastated.
not go there.
It's really good, but don't go there. All right. Well, I think that is it for this episode. Thanks so much for watching or listening wherever you are, everybody. Make sure to follow Ross and I. I am at Cruisin' with Jen. Ross, are you traveling with Ross now or
Cruising with
cruising with Ross now?
Cruising with Ross and shopping with Ross, depending on the social media. But for podcasting, you're going to find me on Insta. You're going to find me cruising on TikTok. You're going to find me cruising. Otherwise, you're going to find me traveling at Ross, traveling
We're
with
all
Ross,
over the
rather.
place.
Sorry,
Look
guys.
at the
We're working on it.
description. I've got them all down there. You can click and find us. Our emails are down there if you are wanting to book travel through any of us.
Yes.
We would love to help you out. But I think that's it for today. So thanks everybody for joining and happy cruising.
Happy cruising.